I look up as game time is nearing, and I realize, well, wait a second, Tyron Smith is not going to play at Arizona, and Zach Martin is not going to play at Arizona after he tweaked an ankle against the Jets. And Tyler Biadasz, the center, is not going to play at Arizona. That's 3/5 of the offensive line is not going to play. It felt like, I don't know this for a fact, but it felt like Tyron Smith and Zach could have played if they'd really felt they needed to play. But they didn't. Tyron dressed, but just watched. Zach civvies watched. Biadasz civvies watched. Biadasz is a very good player, underrated. For a while, I wasn't on board, but the more I read about Pro Football Focus, liking him, I came around on him because he's very smart, savvy, tough, maybe not the most talented center in the history of the world. Maybe not Creed Humphrey, who went to University of Oklahoma playing for Kansas City. That was a steal by them. But he is the general of that offensive line. He makes the calls, and they were going to miss him at Arizona, not to mention missing 2 first-ballot Hall of Famers. Up in age, I know, but still both playing at a very high level when they choose to and need to. Not Arizona. Arizona takes the football. It's Joshua Dobbs. He's 0-4 as an NFL starter. They got to see him last year at Tennessee. He played pretty well in that game on that Thursday night. He's not bad. Smart, gutsy, talent challenged, but not bad. But he's Joshua Dobbs. They replaced Colt McCoy with Joshua Dobbs. 6 of one, half dozen the other. Just trying to hold it down until Kyler Murray is ready. And all of a sudden, Joshua Dobbs is looking even better than Kyler Murray ever looked. In that opening drive, I look up and I say, wait a second. They're moving the football at will. What are we doing? Finally, we held 3rd and 3 at their 22. Our old friend Zach Ertz took the pass. He could only get a yard. They had to kick a field goal. And I'm thinking, okay, so they're up 3-0. But something began to eat at my psyche that just my eye test is telling me it looked like Arizona was playing much harder and much more confidently than I anticipated. And it certainly looked like my defense left its psyches back home. And I'm starting to wonder, is it possible that defense could not pick itself up off the psychological mat in time for this game that I'm sure everybody in the locker room thought was a cakewalk, was a stroll through the desert? Zach Martin, Tyron Smith, well, we don't need to play. Message sent in the locker room. Just roll our helmets out there with the star on the side. They'll fold. Cowboy fans will take it over, scream them into submission. We got this. Dallas has the ball. And I'm sitting watching. I'm not moving. And it's 3rd and 6, and Terrence Steele, our right tackle, false starts. And then we turn right around on 3rd and 11, and we have a delay of game. Wait a second. And then on 3rd and 16, Dak completes a 1-yard pass to Rico Dowdle, and we punt. And I'm saying, that didn't look good. It was up to Mike McCarthy to say, look, Trevon Diggs ain't walking through that door. We got to suck it up and take it up another level and take care of this business at hand. We need to go out and punch them right in the mouth and hope they fold. But we have to do it first. We can't do it second. If we let them punch us in the mouth, it's going to be a long day out in the desert. And was it ever? Dak Prescott, I said many times, I don't think he's a natural-born dynamic leader. I think he's a good guy. I think everybody really likes him. I don't think people gravitate to him. I don't think they follow him into battle. Rondale Moore, wait, isn't he a receiver? He lines up in the backfield, and before I know what's happened, he has taken a handoff and broken loose for 45 yards and a touchdown, and it's 15-3. And that's when it hit me for the first time, the first wave of sheer fear. We're going to lose to the Arizona Cardinals in our home away from home game. We are going to lose the easiest game on our schedule. And I'm thinking that's impossible. But no, it was starting to manifest right before my very eyes, and I could not move. Comatose, catatonic. Oh, there's the Dak I know and don't love. Yeah, there's that guy. I sat back looking at the stats staring at me. The box score. James Conner had a long of 26 yards. Joshua Dobbs had a long of 44 on a read option keeper. I mentioned Rondale's 45. I mentioned Michael Wilson's 69. I looked at yards rushing for Arizona, 222 yards rushing. I looked at no takeaways for Dallas. Dak had the one turnover. I looked at only 2 sacks, just one by Micah for that big D defense that was a lowercase d, as in defeated on Sunday. I hope you enjoyed that video. You ready for more? Make sure you click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from the Skip Bayless Show. And don't forget to check out the full episode of the show wherever you get your podcasts by clicking the link in the description.